As you noticed in the above video, mentees go through a range of experiences through an average day that affects their state of mind, their behavior and potential. It is important for us as mentors to be empathetic and understand that there is an underlying reason for every emotion and behavior. Let us take a deeper look at all the potential behavioral traits a young adult from a disadvantaged background could potentially exhibit and the possible reasons and triggers for these manifestations, along with tips on how you as a mentor can deal with it. These manifestations can be emotional, behavioral, or physiological in nature. It is important to note that a mentee may or may not experience a combination of these traits. However, it is essential to identify it and be prepared if they do arise. What did you notice first in the comic? Did you see the cramped living arrangement with up to 5 members all living in the same 150 to 200 square feet of space? Most of our mentees live in houses which are kacha or semi-pakka, constructed of mud, tin sheet, and only in a few rare cases with proper materials like bricks. They have little private space and spend most time in close proximity of their family members. How would you feel in such living conditions? For most of us, such a shared living environment would be a big adjustment from our own homes. Some mentees could be hesitant to take you to their homes and instead prefer for the meetings to happen in schools. Do remember that the physical environments in their homes could make the mentee hesitant to share a lot of things openly. It may also make your mentee conscious to tell you about their home. Be respectful. Don't push them to tell you about their home or family. Show that you are non-judgmental and open in your mindset and communications. This will help a mentee gradually become comfortable in your presence and in sharing more about these things with you on their own. What's the next thing you noticed? Did you list out the fight between family members? Did you note the effects on the mentee due to the estrangement from his father? How would you feel if you were the mentee? Observing daily conflict within family and tension between family members, and in some cases violence, can have a very debilitating effect on a young person. They may feel confused, sad and angry and possibly start distrusting all adult relationships. As we mentioned in the roles of a mentor, mentees who have relationships with adults that are marred by disappointment and a lack of healthy communication may form negative perspectives of adult relationships. They may begin to expect all relationships to be similar. How do you think this can impact you? As a new adult in their life, it is very likely that a mentee is untrusting of you initially. They are wary of being hurt and disappointed and have their defenses up. It is very important as a mentor to not take such behavior personally and think that the mentee is rejecting you. Mentee may want to test you out to see if you are worthy of trust. The only way for a mentor to break a previously held negative perception is to build a relationship of consistency and reliability with a mentee. To establish consistent and reliable behavior, good mentors ensure to meet their mentees regularly on a pre-planned meeting date. One of the next things you may have noticed is that the mentee decides to hang out with his friends and smoke instead of going to school. As an adult observing this situation, it is very easy to be judgmental and think disapprovingly of the mentee's behavior. Think about how you would feel as a mentee in this situation. Would a mentee be doing this deliberately to harm himself? No. Substances can provide youth undergoing difficult situations an easy route to get relief from stress. Moreover, as adolescents are in a transitional phase, confusion can sometimes make them susceptible to taking up unfavorable habits under peer pressure. A mentee would look for validation and acceptance of peers in the face of other negative relationships they have. Mentors will need to be patient with these matters. These are ongoing behavioral issues, not crises that can be solved in a few days. As a mentor builds a stronger bond with the mentee, and the mentee becomes more open about their life situations and their feelings, mentors can enhance a mentee's decision-making skills and help them make better choices. Did you know that the mentee responded very aggressively to his peers' comments and started fighting? The mentee's response to their peers was in no way appropriate to the situation and demonstrated a level of emotional immaturity. Adolescence is a period of a lot of physical changes, and this brings with it emotional volatility. Your mentee will have mood swings which can affect their relationships, including theirs with you. Mentors often get confused when they find their mentee very excited to speak with them or meet with them one day and then disinterested another time. Again, don't take it personally and blame your mentee for such behavior. Be patient and respectful of their time and space. And be consistent yourself. Do not respond to a volatility on their end with corresponding volatility in your behavior. Bad mentors show enthusiasm when their mentees are enthusiastic and become cold and detached when their mentees are low. This will aggravate the problems for you and further harm your relationship. As we discussed in roles of a mentor, emotional management is a trait that several mentees may not have on their own. Poor emotional management means attaching incorrect or inappropriate reactions to the wrong events. Our mentees' reactions to events will be disproportionate to the actual event happening itself. Building a strong relationship with your mentee will help mentors over time to coach mentees in managing the relationships better. Mentors who take the emotional coaching stance often do the following activities. A. They are more aware of the mentee's emotions and their own emotions. B. They validate and verbally label the mentee's feelings. C. They discuss ways in which mentees can tackle negative emotions. D. They discuss ways to show positive emotions even in times of difficulty.